I messed up that one. I clicked on the go live. I'm sure I clicked it on it again, and I hit the intro and all that, and I've been sitting there chatting, and then I looked to see how many people were in it, and it didn't say live. It said scheduled. So, Roxy and I have been sitting here chatting. I've been sitting here prepping my butter tarts for M24, and nobody else is in here. Okay, so a recap. M24 is coming up in 4 days.
Hi, Darian.
I'm heading over in 3 days. And last year, I tried to make butter tarts in the RV there. Well, the first problem was can't find tart shells in the States to save my life. Second problem was the stove or oven in the RV, the element is down the center. So the center one's baked okay. Well, actually got a little overcooked, and the outside ones were just cooked. So I was like, this is ridiculous. I'm making my home again like I did 2 years ago. Then 2 years ago, I had made mini tart shells, made some with and some without raisins. The raisin ones went first, so I'm just making all raisin ones this year. And at the grocery store, they didn't have any mini ones. So I bought the bigger ones. I looked at the tender flake ones, and it was $4, or like $4.49 for 1 dozen. So I bought the store brand ones. Sorry, it's already open, but the package is this long, and it's 2.5 dozen in little tart shells like that. So I started by putting them out on my cookie sheet, and in that I have put raisins. I just had a package of raisins. Yeah, I discovered my plan. And I just put a handful in there. You can mix it in with your filling, but then I find some have lots and some have only a little bit, so I went through and put them all, like a good handful in each one. Also, I went to do this and realized I didn't have any butter the other night. V says to me, don't you have some ghee? Yes, I have ghee. Ghee is clarified butter, so we lucked out. And it doesn't take a lot of butter, so recap. We got the tart shells ready. I'll move this down just a tad. I've got the filling ready. And the filling is, I will put the recipe in the description afterwards. The recipe makes for 1 dozen. So I've had to make 2.5 batches. So there's brown sugar, butter, eggs, raisins if you have raisins. You can put walnuts, or you can put pecans, you can put currants, or you can leave it out and just have a plain butter tart. It's whatever you fancy. A splash of vanilla and some salt. So I got that all mixed up in here. It's a nice brown gooey mess. So we'll try this again. I got this far and I realized it says scheduled. Why does it not say live?
That reminds me, the butter tart, of a pecan pie filling without the pecans.
It's similar, only it's runnier than a pecan pie filling. I was looking up the history, and some places like to say it started in Quebec. But other stuff I read, it started in early 1900s in Barrie, Ontario. It was the first recorded recipe in a women's auxiliary cookbook or something. Barrie's about 3 or 4 hours from me.
Okay.
And it's just, yes, it's similar to a pecan pie filling, only it doesn't have, I think it's cornstarch or something to thicken it.
Right.
So it's runny. Well, that's half the fun. You bite into one. You bite into it, and it kind of dribbles out. It's a good butter tart. And that was the weird thing when I did them at M23. It wasn't runny. It was just a weird texture. It's like, well, that's not the way a butter tart's supposed to be. Sorry, I'll fix that in a second. All right, I'm filling them close to the top. They will puff up when they're in the oven, but when you take them out, they go back down. Come on. I'm just gonna fix this. My phone. One second. You're back. So everything looks normal now, Danny? As for the chat? Like it's supposed to be? Yes, I have subscribers only mode. I always have subscribers only mode on. Except for Thursday night. I forgot to link the live to the studio, so I didn't get that all set up for Thursday night. Oh well. Didn't have any trolls. Didn't have any trolls, and I had my mods handy, so. Didn't put enough in that one. I am going to try to do a live stream from the meetup, or if people start to come in on Thursday, I'll try to do a live stream, depending on their Wi-Fi out there. I guess they've had some issues. They were supposed to getting that fixed up, so keeping my fingers crossed it's working, because otherwise I don't have phone service to communicate with anybody.
Right.
And I don't want to take my phone off of airplane mode, because last year I got dinged twice for $14 roaming fee. So I kind of figured it out with some help, because it happened again when I didn't even go to Michigan back in January. Had gone downriver with my friends, and we're coming up through what we call Chemical Valley, was the petroleum plants, and all of a sudden I got a notification that I was gone to roaming. I was like, what? So I'm gonna first put the first tray in. It's all set up there, and it goes in for 20 minutes. Timer on for 20 minutes. There we go. We'll fill up tray number 2. So I got, after much work, I finally got to talk, a live chat with somebody from Kudo, which is the phone service I'm with, and they helped me set it. So I have to manually go in to set it to roam, so it won't automatically go to roam. And then I just put the airplane mode on just to be safe, because somehow it went off airplane mode twice while I was over at M23. An extra $28 worth of fees that I really didn't want to pay. So anyways, joining in late, I was thinking about doing pop-up live today when I did my live Thursday, but I wasn't sure when, so that's why I didn't say what time. Hey, V. What I was saying too. Roxy,
Hello, V.
trying to figure out a time today. Well, I was going to thinking after lunch, but then this Cruise Life goes live at 2, and I want to watch them, even though they normally go Saturdays, but they're on a shift, and they decided to move it to Sunday. I went into their chat and was like, I'm first here, and then I noticed it goes live in 23 hours. Oh, guess them a wee bit early. See you tomorrow. So they'll be live at 2. We can do a raid over there. And then I thought, well, I could go after them, but then Carnival Cruise Addicts is live at 5, so I don't want to see them. So now, V, I had the weirdest dream, not last night, the night before. I had the dream that you and Steve showed up to pick me up to go to M24, and a little mini car, and no teardrop on it. And I'm looking at this little mini car in my dream, trying to figure out how I'm going to get all my stuff in there with you guys and your stuff. This is picturing like a clown car. That would have been interesting. Just a couple clumps of brown sugar at the bottom here.
A funny clown car. I can see y'all squished in there like sardines.
Yeah. In my dream, they pulled up right here. Like 2 years ago when V and I went over, she had the teardrop hooked up with their little trailer. And she pulled up one side, I loaded up, and that. For this dream, nope, it was a little teeny tiny car they pulled up in. And I'm coming out with my big suitcases and going, how the heck are we going to all fit in there? For once I have extra. Huh. We'll see. There's not too many you can add too much to, or they're going to go over the top. A little drop there. A little drop there. You want it to boil over, because then you get a nice cooked on caramely mess on the cookie sheet. And I didn't line parchment or anything because I ran out of parchment yesterday. Whoa.
Sorry.
You scared me.
Yeah, pop-up came up when I had to get off of it.
We'll drop there. And we'll drop there. Well, darn it. Probably had enough to do 1 or 2 more tarts. It'll just have to be. Let's take these things off the table. Shook my head this morning. My kitchen was clean when I went to bed last night. You guys know with my kitchen CSI, you never know what you're going to wake up to. Well, I should have recorded before I went to bed last night because I woke up this morning and somebody had been cooking.
Yeah, you should record the kitchen clean and then leave your phone on, leave the recorder on all night and then show it to them and say, hey, I cleaned it. It's your turn. You made the mess. You clean it.
Yeah, well, the only thing with that is that I didn't want a mess when I'm trying to do a live stream. He's been up long enough to come down and refill his water and went back to bed because he has to work today. So these over here without spilling them over. Another one's in here doing. They're cooking. Try to make sure I get all the sticky stuff off the table. I got about 13 more minutes on the first batch. Super excited to get to Sarnia. The countdown begins. And they'll be here sometime this week. I believe it's Wednesday. I think. It is Wednesday, isn't it? Oh, they made pasta last night. The only thing they forgot was to put the leftovers in the fridge. So the leftovers stayed out all night, so I said, well, I tossed your leftovers. I couldn't have ate it anyway because it was regular pasta. I'm just gonna put a couple more things away here. Oops. Clean up real quick. Raisins in there. I was gonna make some other treats to take too, but I need milk for the other thing I wanted to make. So till I go down to the grocery store and get some milk, I can't make the other treat. I'm gonna do that later, or I do it tomorrow. We'll see. And the egg carton has to go recycled. If it's a 6 or a 12 thing of egg cartons, I can take them to the food bank and donate them there. But they don't take the 18s. So I thought I would share a video. See if I can get this to come up. Come back here for a second. Was that up there? Okay, right there.
There's one here. Souvenirs and stickers from M23, which I have to add to my album. Well, except for the keychain and the t-shirt. Some other channels that were there, but I already have stickers for. And soon I will be ordering my own stickers, so I'll be able to send stickers to these people that gave me stickers.
Now that's a little bit from last year. Sorry, I didn't realize it was moving on to another video. Okay. Hello, Anthony on the move. Welcome in. I'm making some butter tarts for the M24 meetup. I have one batch in the oven right now. I have another batch ready to go in, so I can take those to our meetup. That way I can put them in the freezer so they don't get eaten before Wednesday. I'll leave a few out for my son and his girlfriend, but the rest are going to the meetup. And I just played those little highlights of M23 last year. I'm a little sad this year. There's a lot of people from previous couple of years that aren't going to be there, but there's some new people, so it'll be still be a good meetup. And another thing I'm excited for is once after the meetup, we have how many days? We're down to 36 days until 36 days until the carnival breeze.
That's till we get on the ship.
Till we get on the ship.
No, it's less than that before I meet y'all.
35 days till we meet up in Galveston. It's less days till Steve and I head down. I'm looking forward to that. Getting away, all packed up. Well, the thing is a couple from Michigan are taking our large suitcases in their truck as they're driving from Michigan to Texas. The big suitcase has to be packed up, so I've double checked and rechecked and checked again to just make sure everything I need all packed up that needs to go in a couple days.
Yeah.
It's warm sitting here by the stove, but 54 days until the Carnival Horizon in Miami. That's an awesome ship. I went on the inaugural Helping Hands for Cruising cruise on the Carnival Horizon October 15th to the 23rd, 2022. Oh, I love that ship. And I hope to be able to go back someday. I know B. Steve and I want to go back someday. And preferably do a back-to-back, do the 8-day and the 6-day together. But it was a beautiful ship. I would love to do the ABC. We did Aruba, Bonaire, and then did La Romana and Amber Cove. But I would love to do the ABC on it. We had so much fun. I know we're going to have fun on this one too. I'm excited for this one to be cruising again and seeing my friends and going to Mexico for the first time because we're going to Cozumel and Progreso. First time on the horizon, this itinerary is the ABC. Awesome. Awesome. And there was things I missed. I forgot to go get a pizza. And then other things I'd like to do, go back on that one. I'd like to do especially dining, I would like to do the teppanyaki. Something different. I didn't do any specialty dining the last time. There's some other things I didn't do. I wanted to go to the salad bar out on the Serenity deck on sea days. Forgot to do that too. So there's the reasons I want to go back on the horizon. Also, I love the ship and I love the cruise, the itineraries. I want to go back to Aruba. I want to go back to Bonaire. I want to be able to go to Curacao. And I didn't know there was such thing as a back-to-back. But we're leaving our cruise, and there was about half a dozen people who did the back-to-back. And it's like, I didn't know that was a thing.
Wow.
To do a back-to-back, that would give us 14 days on top of this sailing, on top of the original Carnival sailing. So me and Steve and I would then be gold. Going from blue to red is exciting, but to be able to go gold quickly would be by doing like a back-to-back cruise would be awesome. Other than looking at my intro, I'm looking at the cruise stuff, and it's like, I can't wait to be on a ship.
I can't wait.
I hope I have an awesome time, Anthony, on the horizon.
I can't wait for my first cruise. And my second, and my third, and my fourth, and my fifth.
And you get hooked. You get hooked after the first one. It's like the one thing that's really cool on the horizon, and it's on the Vista as well. In the middle of the casino and the middle of the atrium, they have these dreamscape LED funnel shaped things.
Yeah.
And the video pictures keep changing. It's really cool to sit and just watch them change. I got so many pictures and little clips of video. I think I did a video on the Dreamscape. It's in my Carnival Horizon playlist or my Helping Hands for Cruising playlist. I think it's the Carnival Horizon playlist. So if there's anything you want to see about the Horizon, you can check that playlist out. On Bonaire, we went on, wasn't a carnival excursion, we rented golf carts through Bonaire Cruisers, and we drove around the south end of the island, which is really cool. There is a bus trip that does that through Carnival, but when you're on your own golf cart, you can stop and look at whatever you want for how long or whatever. You're never more than 40 minutes away from the ship. In fact, for most points, we could see the ship. But then we get back, and I forgot there was a spot in like one street over that sold salt from Bon Air, which they do have a salt mine. It's their salt patty thing. So there's the first batch. See, they're all puffed up.
Yum.
They will go down. We're going to put the second batch in. Set the timer for 20 minutes. Oops, I'm going to pull that off that side. I got to let them cool a bit before I put them on the rack because the sides of the tinfoil trays are a little bit hot. We'll let them cool down a bit. So then I'll show you one real up close. They smell good though. I want one now. No, can't have them. They're not keto. The ghee is keto. The brown sugar is not. Neither is the tart shell. I'm excited. I'm excited to be cruising in 39 days. No, 36 days. Can't count. I did say 36. I'm trying to figure out to do like a final countdown each day on the last 30 days before the cruise. Got some ideas written down, but I have to figure them out. They'll just be like a short things to remember, things to do, things to and then when it comes time for check-in, or there's 3 people going with us. It's their first time, so I will be checking in a couple days early because my cabin mate is platinum, so we get to check in a couple days early. I'm going to do a little bit of video that I can show backstage to Roxanne and to Troy and Sandy. So when it comes time to check in, they can have an idea what to do. So 54 days, so that would be towards the end of November, I'm thinking. An exciting part of the Carnival Breeze is we will be overlapping the dates of the inaugural cruise on the Carnival Horizon. So we'll have to do something. I don't know what we're going to do, but we'll have to do something special as a commemoration or something. Maybe we're going to do something special at that dinner that night or something. Yeah, figure something to eat soon too. Did I eat this morning? Yeah, a handful of pork rinds, which are 0 carbs. Because I had to seal up all my things that were snacks for the cruise and snacks to go to Texas. It's hot. Everything's sealed up, and then it was like, no, I'll just have this. I want something. I'll take that one. No. I got those goodies packed. They're gonna stay packed. So the meetup needs to come sooner, so I can get rid of them, so they're not temptation. Hoping next weekend's supposed to be nice next weekend as well. It's 80 degrees here today. What's next week in Merrill? No, not Wallaceburg. Scrolling. Not Toronto, not London, not Port Gratiot, Merrill. It's going to be warm. It's going to be in the 80s. And partly sunny, Highest chance of rain was Thursday was an 18%. Friday, Saturday, there's only like 8% chance. Let's see what Sunday is next. Yep. Sunday, it's going to be in the 80s, just like last year. Nice. I'm excited. Probably because I managed to get rain boots for this year, and I got my rain boots and my poncho packed. It won't rain. It's extra space. I could put something else in. Oh well.
I know. I took rain jackets to Germany. I brought rain jackets back. Even though it rained, I didn't go in my suitcase and pull them out. I forgot.
Well, when we went to, I gotta remember to move one of those over into my backpack. When we went to on the horizon, Miami. In Miami, you'll get a shower pretty much every day at some point in time. Well, when we got up to go, I think there had been a little bit of a shower already. And then by the time we got in our Uber headed for the port, it was pouring. And pulled onto the, and I kind of lightened up, but then we got to the port and it decided to pour again. We're getting out of the Uber, we're tossing our stuff off. Of course, I had two umbrellas. I had one in my checked luggage, I had one in my carry-on. Do you think I thought to pull that out? Oh heck no. And I think B and Steve had their raincoats too, but they didn't have that handy either. It was a quick dash to get inside. And then their cases of pop had got wet and they fell apart. So if you're taking a case of pop with you, put it inside a tote bag or a little cooler bag or something. Just in case. Or if you had them in the fridge at your hotel and you pull them out and then the case sweats and it falls apart that way too. So I'll show you the mobile market. The one day the health unit gave out these square or rectangular cooler bags, so that it folded right down flat. It's about 15 inches long. Folded right down flat like that, so it's on the bottom of my carry-on bag. So that if I get a case of something, I don't know if I'm or not. It depends on what I can find. That's no sugar, but it also needs to be aspartame free because I don't do aspartame. And if I can't, then I'm just going to get some of the Crystal Light bottles I usually get here, so I know they're available over there. I'll just take a bunch of those and you can keep it in my backpack, and I'll just fill my water and squirt them in. So that'll be my drink. Oops. See, it's gone right back down.
Oh yeah, cool.
I'm just going to step over here and put them on the cooling rack now that they're cool enough I can handle the tins. I just want to cool them fast enough that I can get them in the plastic container and get them in the freezer. Or I will leave the half dozen out for my son and his girlfriend. I probably will make some for Canadian Thanksgiving. That way my oldest can have some too. Oh, good morning, Mike.
Yeah,
18,
they look so yummy.
18 days till you get to see your big brother and your sister, future sister-in-law. Just waking up, Mike? Are you going live tonight as well, Mike? I keep track of everybody today. At 2 o'clock, we're going to go over to This Cruise Life for Rocky and Mark. I was really hoping Rocky would be able to make it on our cruise, but couldn't find any deals, and now it's sold out. Darn. Missed out. Mark's going to be on a different cruise, and we were hoping Rocky would be able to join us, but we'll have to catch up with them on another cruise someday. Gotta catch up with them. We're gonna catch up with Carnival Cruise Addict someday. He is my friend chasing me. Charlie is on at 8 p.m. I don't know if Scott, King of the Country, will be on. Yeah, I try to keep everybody straight, but yes, and trivia tonight. Awesome.
Be right back.
Okie dokie. I'm trying to keep track of my regulars. I was also watching another. Couple from Alaska. I don't know why I'm attracted to these channels from Alaska, but this couple was traveling from Alaska down through Canada to go down to Spokane, Washington to pick up her mother and move her up to Alaska with them. And the day after they got to Spokane, the mother took sick, ended up in hospital. It's kind of a sad news, and I found the next part of it, and I was watching that. And it's like, that'd be really sad. To travel all the way from Alaska to Washington to pick up your mom to move her to live with you, and then not able to do that. I don't know. It's a long way to travel.
Long way to travel. Then you get sick. That's not great, you know.
Yeah. I don't know. I might have to look into making a trip out to Edmonton someday too. I gotta contact my aunt again. When I was having the landlord hearing thing the one day, near the end of that day, my aunt, who I only met the last time I was out west, which is my mom's younger sister, calls and says, talks about her having a fall and had been in the hospital, something about her shoulder. And I'm trying to process this and trying to listen to this hearing thing, that I don't want them calling me, but then on me, then it's like, and then she was saying something about her having might have some signs of dementia or something, and I was like, she goes, I'll keep you up to date, and I haven't heard from her since. I'm like, I want to contact her back, and it's like, what's going on? And I know Mom had contact with my brother, so I don't know if my aunt has met my brother through a video chat or not. So it might be a good thing to bring him up to speed. My one brother, Thomas, that's in Nova Scotia. I don't know my other brother has had any contact with her since a few years ago or not. I'll have to see. I need to contact my Aunt Fran and say, like, can you run down through this all again? What's going on? Technically, when she was here in 2018, she did a bunch of paperwork. She did a living will and all that stuff. So I was like, I have a copy of it somewhere, so I need to find that. And I already went through all this with the parents that raised me. I don't know how this is going to go with. We'll see. But we're waiting on the next thing at Tarts to come out. We got 6 minutes. And then I got these. Hopefully they'll all fit in these containers. We got these ones. They're actually for like Christmas. They come out in red and green. And then they have a lid that clips on top. On top of a handle, so handy to take to a potluck. You just carry them like
I
that.
used to have one, but I have no idea what happened to it. I think cupcakes got left at my husband's work one time in it.
I tried to get rid of these. One year I took them to my mother-in-law for at Christmas. Christmas I usually try to do a bunch of baking, so I take them. I left them behind, thinking I don't need those because I have some other Christmas plasticware containers that I use. Somehow they made their way back here.
Oh,
It's like, dang it, now they're back. We'll see. Not that that way I'm not worried about if I forget them, lose them, or whatever at M24. Plus, I got other things to take for M24 because they have like the raffle table, which is really cool. That's why I got my M23 T-shirt last year. There's a bunch of stuff donated on the table. I got some stuff to take donations, and then everybody's given a ticket, and it doesn't cost anything. Everybody else is donated, and everybody gets a ticket. And when your number's drawn, you get to go pick from what's left. So last year it was an M23 T-shirt. It was my size. There was a hoodie there too, but they got drawn just before the T-shirt. If there was anything you can imagine. Hello, Michelle. Welcome, Makeup Mom and Son. Well, even people that have RV stuff, like somebody had extra gallons of the fluid for winterizing, so they put them up there. So people that have RVs who are going to have to winterize their RVs got free jugs of winterizing fluid or whatever it is. So some people had plants, and there was some really nice carved wooden walking sticks. I have a popcorn maker for over. You can do it over, probably over a burner. If you have a low campfire like coal or something like that, you probably sit it on a grate over top. But you put the popcorn and your oil in, and then as it pops, you have a crank on top. It's called a whirly pop, and you just stir the crank around. It moves a paddle inside that keeps the stuff moving so that it doesn't burn. A friend of mine had one, and I thought it was really cool. I got one, and I think I used it once. If I used it. Doesn't look like I used it at all, but package of popcorn that wasn't in there is not in there. So maybe I threw that out. I don't know. And then I have some Christmas picture and I have an outdoor butterfly figurine thing that I'm going to donate. We're having a good day. It's a beautiful sunny day here in southwestern Ontario. It's 80 degrees, sunny. I'm making some butter tarts. I got one batch done, and the other one is about 2 minutes away from being done. So I'm going to take those to the M24 meetup. Oh, now we're 1 minute away. Are you? Got my little notebook. I keep track of stuff. And last year's in there to track. I drew the little map like they have on the website and that track of who was booked on what site, so I know where to find people. And things have changed on this one. It's going to be 93 there in Texas. I hope it cools down in the next month in Texas. 93 is not too bad. I don't know, 36, well, less than 36 days for a few of us to be flying into Houston.
Yum! I smell audition.
Yeah, that's what. See, they're all puffed up, and nails, like I said.
Everybody smell.
They'll flatten out to like that. Now, I'd be tempted. I don't know. They do have pre-packaged butter tarts over at the one store I go to. If I get over there before. Or what? I could get some and put them in a container, take them in my carry-on because they're sealed. They're already pre-packaged. Put them. Hello, Jeff and Tammy. Welcome in, Kimberly. Yeah, they do look delicious. They smell even. They smell really good. It's gonna be really tempting not to eat them all. That's why I want to get them cooled and get them in the. Oh, hello, Kevin. Didn't see you there. Kevin's the one that runs the M24 meetup. We got a bunch of. Well, I don't. It's up in the air whether Jeff and Tammy are coming. Where are we staying? Coming. You were hiding. You're looking at those butter tarts that are coming. I have to snatch one quick at the meetup. Looking forward to it. Also going to figure out something when we get there too. Something healthy to add to the potluck as well. Oh yes, I did turn off the stove. I just this month can't go quick enough. The meetup and then getting to travel again to go to the States. I'll be in the States twice in a month. It's exciting. I'm just hoping when I go this week, I'm going to go to the bank Monday or Tuesday too. Get some American money. So it depends how far I get on this new home repair we start Monday. Well, good luck on it, Jeff. Home repairs aren't fun, but I hope the exchange rate is decent this week. That could be iffy. Healthy food, not sure if I know this crazy sounding concept. Well, something a little lower than carbs than butter tarts. I can't make a meal on butter tarts. I'd like to, but it's not healthy. Canadian. I wasn't asking for rupees. Canadian dollars were 74 cents American. Yuck. Shoulder stiff again?
My rotator cuff is done.
Rotator cuff. Oh no.
Just a mess, aren't I?
Get 26 and you start going downhill.
Yep. Broken now.
Falling apart. Home repair is all you do and you've done for a long time. Good job. I did home repair stuff for renovating stuff in the house we lived in. After my parents had passed, the house was mine, and then I had moved out with my cousin for a year, planning to fix it up and sell it, and didn't get around to doing either.
Wow.
Self-employed. So then my grandmother passed, and I came into a little bit of money there because of my dad's share, since he had already passed 6 months earlier. I got my dad's share of the money that was my grandmother and grandfather's. So that did help with home repairs, and I redid the upstairs bathroom and painted 3 bedrooms, the hallway, living room. Had new floor put down in the hallway and living room. Tore up carpeting out of 3 bedrooms because it was hardwood floor underneath. 2 of the bedrooms, it wasn't bad, mine and my parents, but in the spare bedroom, the carpeting that my mom had put down in there was a rubber back carpeting, and all the black rubber had stuck to the hardwood floor. That was a pain in the butt to clear off and sand down and refinish that floor. But
did you do it yourself?
I did everything except putting the laminate floor down. My kids, my oldest, helped a bit. Like, he helped with the it was a vinyl kind of floor, but it overlapped in the bathroom.
Right.
He helped putting that in.
Well, I wish I knew someone that was on my friends list that lived in Georgia that really knew how to do housework. I get tired of these contractors coming in and not doing, or not finishing, or not knowing what they're really doing, or they're lying that they're a contractor and they're not.
Vinyl plank flooring. It was sort of, yeah. It was a vinyl. It looked like vinyl, but it had like a lip. It was like a rubber lip, and then you put this one over the edge of that lip. I forget what it was called.
The lock-in kind. Yeah, they lock in if you put it in right.
Well, this one, it was like it was vinyl, and then it went down a little bit, and then this other one overlapped. So it was like this. But
I never seen. That's the older style, I guess.
But I was putting that in the bathroom. It was just a small. Get that all the time. I have to finish or fix stuff others did. Yeah. Well, my son helped with that one, and we're finishing up like the last corner. And had the tile knife, and he was going to cut a little bit off. And I was like, as I'm saying, don't cut towards yourself, he slipped.
Ow! Ouch!
Yeah, right into his finger. That ended up being, did they glue it or stitch it?
Wow.
I think they glued it.
Gypsy, have you heard of the site Angie's List? ANGI? That is, do not send anyone over there to get. They don't care if you're licensed, not licensed, what you have. They don't check. And the first guy, he said he was a contractor, was a deputy county sheriff office policeman, or whatever you want to call him.
Yeah, that's kind of scary. Well, I had
Yeah.
the living room and hallway was a laminate, like the tongue and groove laminate thing. And a friend of mine said him and his buddy could do it. They'd done it before. And they had got about 3/4 of the way across the living room, and I'm looking at it going, that doesn't look right. It was, you could literally see waves. I'm like, that doesn't look right. Okay, so the buddy that helped him, the buddy's brother did flooring, so his buddy's brother came and fixed it. They hadn't put it in and snapped it in right, so it was doing this. By the time the brother did it, it was done perfectly. And I really couldn't complain because it didn't cost me anything other than the price of the flooring. But I did have to go get another box of flooring because they wasted a few pieces of flooring. But now I'm kind of wondering if it's still there, because people that bought the house, they ripped out a bunch of stuff. I went by several weeks later and they'd ripped out the fireplace that my dad and my grandfather put in, and the brickwork that was down in the home side. I don't even want to know what they've done to the inside of the house. The outside is a disaster. There was two huge silver maple trees and then a hard maple right in the center. And the hard maple was maybe only this big around, but it was 50 years old. Well, they've cut the hard maple down, but they've left these other two up, which I would have taken down because they're soft maple. One was, my dad planted too close to the house, and I was afraid of the roots getting into the sewer system and all that stuff. But hey, you do you, buddy. But they have, I don't know if I can find the picture or not. See if I can find the pictures.
Now, you know, some of the bad things about contractors is they tell you, I'll be here at 9 o'clock. They might show up at 3 o'clock that day, or they might show up at 3 o'clock 3 days later. They just don't. They don't come on time. Some contractors have a regular job. My electrician has a regular job. I'm almost to the point where I won't tell his regular job. He's doing a side job, and he's not showing up. So, but I don't want to get him fired. But I want my work done. I just get tired of waiting on them. So I stopped staying home. If they say they're coming, and I'm leaving, and they show up, tough. I waited on you the day before, so I'm not waiting on you today.
I'm just trying to see if I can find the picture.
So
This thing doesn't want to scroll very quickly. Come on. Trying to get down to the bottom.
yeah, I couldn't stand a couple of the contractors came, fired two, and they don't know everything they're doing. One of them didn't even glue down all my pipes, and when I flush my guest bathroom toilet, it leaks around the toilet now, so I just don't flush it. I got to get somebody back here to see why that's leaking, and that wasn't something they did, except they tightened down the toilet again because the screws didn't stay tight. That happened over a year ago when I had my guest bathroom done, almost a year and a half, 2 years ago. I had a leak and I just had it redone. Wasn't a toilet leak, shower leak. So, know anybody in Georgia? Or are you close to Georgia? My pastor said that he has worked with done contract work, and he came over last Friday. I've been waiting a week to hear back from him, so I'll see him tonight at church. But I messaged him and gonna see what he says, because he said he had a friend, and I said, yeah.
So these are the two hard maples, and soft maples. And this one is too close to the house. And this was the hard maple. They've cut this one down. They put up a fence on either side of the house and painted it baby blue. It's also taken down this steps from here. They've built a new deck with wooden railings and stuff, and it's baby blue as well. It's like not colors I would put with a red brick house. Let's see. Oops. Oh,
Well, I don't know if it's like that in your country, but over here, I have seen people actually take and paint the brick. I don't want to paint
I'd
my
be really
brick
upset
out.
if they did. But I put a fence across here. I left that shed because it was just too much to move. I can get this to move. You show other
Yeah, I
pictures.
had the floors and everything redone last year. And the thing about the guy who put in the floors, the other couple of contractors that have come in said he didn't put the floor down close enough and too much spacing in between.
My dad and my cousin had put in this light kitchen hardwood floor, or not hardwood, laminate floor. I hated that floor.
You're in Ohio. Well, my aunt lives there. If she ever needs any work, I'll let you know.
That showed the dirt all the time. This is the original cupboards and that. They were wood, but Mom painted them and I repainted them, and a friend and somebody else came and repainted and it wasn't that orange, it was more of a peachy color. It just looks orange in that picture. So I painted the cabinets at one time. It's just a peel and stick backsplash there. And I wanted to take this out here and make that dining room bigger, but never got around to that. These are the ones the realtor took. This was the flooring that the guys, his buddy put in that didn't do it right, and the guys fixed it up.
Yeah, I'm not sure exactly where she lives. The name of her town starts on the H.
This was my room. I just painted it basic beige, but that's original hardwood floor, and it hadn't been redone. This was my youngest son's bedroom. He wanted the whole room in this lime pop color, and I said, no way. But the back of this blanket here on his bed was green, and I thought, well, why don't we mix these two colors? So that's the way it was when I left. And then this was the one I had to redo the floor. This was my oldest room, and it's in two different shades of navy. But I had to sand it right down or scrape it, sand it down, and then refinish it. This bathroom, I redid the whole thing, other than the tub. It's the original tub. But we had put in a new tub surround. I put in a new shower bar there because I like the ones that bow out so the shower curtain's not sticking to you. This thing I wish I brought with me because I wish I had a thing over my toilet to put stuff on, but I left it behind. But I put in the new vanity. This is the flooring. And we were working on this corner up here when he cut himself. And the mirror matched the vanity. And then the basement Yeah, they tore out this fireplace and all this brick after we moved out. It has original floor underneath. These were like 3x3 foot carpet tiles we put down. My dad's workshop had been over here, but we tore that out and it was like a spare bedroom, but it was just a brick painted. It wasn't really finished. I redid that bathroom too. I don't know if there's a picture of it, but it was a huge, long rec room. Yeah, I redid this bathroom.
What color is it? A mustard?
It's kind of a mustardy gold. It's a Venetian plaster effect.
Okay.
My cousin, we had issues with water in the basement for years, and there had been a mold issue. So my cousin, his friend, and my dad tore everything in the laundry room right out down to the brick, or the studs. Studs on 2 walls and to the concrete foundation brick on the and then have rebuilt that. So he put up a new drywall in the bathroom there, and then I did all the finish. The flooring was cool. It was like a roll-on paint type of thing, a stone. It was really weird. It was like a really thick paint, but you put down these strips to make what would be your grout lines, and then you just rolled the stuff over top and let it dry. So it looked like tile, but it was just like a paint type of finish. And I put in that vanity, and I put in new toilets, both up and stairs and down, and new fixtures. I still have this picture. The picture's in my bathroom here. And that's when it went up for sale. If I could find the other picture, it's sold in 3 days. Oops. If I could find the other picture, but it'll take me a while to find it. What it looks like now. The teal. Well, the color that I put in the kitchen, it was. There's a squirrel in my picture. The squirrel just climbed up the chair. I had it. I don't know if I have it. Yeah. I had these placemats, and I got the tablecloth to match them. And I was trying to get a color that went good with this color here. So that was the color for the kitchen. And then I picked up like the burgundy color in the curtains in the kitchen and dining room area. So that was my color scheme there. Yeah, I like that vanity too, because that wasn't a very big bathroom. It was maybe, if we're lucky, it was 3 or 4 feet wide, maybe 5. And it wasn't very long. It was just it was like 6 or 8 inches between the door and the vanity, and maybe like this much space between the vanity and the toilet, and then probably that much space on the other side of the toilet. It wasn't a whole lot of space in that bathroom, but it was handy for the kids. They had their friends over, and they could hang out in the basement and go to the bathroom, not wander through the house. The other one. It was an interesting bathroom at one point in time. It was my dad's bathroom. That's where he showered. He didn't shower there, but he shaved and did all his stuff. And my mom had put up wallpaper of nude ladies all over that bathroom, which was quite interesting when you have guests come over or guests with kids come over. when we start having water in the basement, then that the dampness and that all filled up. I actually enjoyed doing it. Oops. Toilet flange done. The toilet needs pulled, and then the flange needs to be fastened to the floor, and a new wax ring installed.
Yeah, that's these stands all in my bathroom. So
Yeah, I didn't have to replace the flanges, but I did have to replace the wax seals, and oh no, it's this one here that was not good. The maintenance guy that was a friend of ours that used to work here, had to put like a second wax ring because it didn't seal right. It doesn't leak now, but it did at one point in time. I was like, I wish I lived closer to you because I would have come down and helped. I couldn't do the electrical, but I can paint.
yeah. I still got my bedroom ceiling that needs painting because we lost the original paint, and when they redid my bathroom and made it bigger, and it took the wall out, it broke part of the ceiling, and so it wasn't a smooth cut, and so they had to patch, and where they patched, the white ceiling, you can just, so, and I can't find the original color in the house anywhere. I'm assuming we used it all, and so now the whole thing needs to be repainted. And the people who put it on the floor was our first contractors, and there's flaws in it. And then the ones who painted drip paint everywhere, and so there's a way to get it up, but I don't know how.
The real easy thing to do when you're painting is put down, plastic over the floor.
They had some plastic on some stuff, and some places they didn't. Some places they didn't give a crap. So
when I painted any of the rooms, I taped things off, and I bought the cheap plastic drop cloth from the dollar store, but it was all over the floor.
Well, if I turn my camera around, I've got things all over the house, my stuff. They covered some of that up, but they didn't cover the walk-in area that you could get through it. I said, but still some of my stuff has paint on it. Because when you're using 2 or 3 different people and they bring in somebody else to help, no, nobody does the same, They all had their own technique.
Period platypus too. I was like the like a deep teal color and like a dark coral together. It's kind of weird, but
Yeah.
I never got around to doing that. Actually, I do have. Oops. Those curtains there are the ones that were from the other house that went with them.
Yeah.
There's that one there, and then the one wall in the dining room had that very short curtain. I cut a set of these off, so I used one of the part of the time in the bathroom upstairs because the shower curtains has got like the dark red in it. See a couple of things we did recently on our premiere today at 3 p.m. Eastern or any time after that. Check that out. That will be after this cruise life. Hey Danny, you still around in here? Lurking anywhere? Never mind, I'll see if I can find. Nope. Trying to find a couple things here.
Your Danny's here.
Can you look up?
She beat you. Mark and Rocky.
Okay. Can you do one more favor for me? Can you look up Gypsy and the Vanilla Gorilla's premiere for 3 o'clock? She is quick.
Yeah, she's quick. I'm not quick at all.
When do we leave for M24? I think Wednesday. I think Wednesday we're coming in.
Yeah.
I have to count on being Steve. But I have to be packed up and ready, and I've pretty much got M24 packed up, and I pretty much got my large. Thanks, Danny. So, folks, at the top of the hour, you can check out Mark and Rocky, and then after that, you can go check out Gypsy and the Vanilla Gorilla, and you can see some of the stuff that Jeff has done there. Yep, done and done. She's quick. Laminating the M24 schedule for everyone. Cool. I need to get. I'm bummed out because I've been going to the dollar store. They have usually have self-laminating sheets, and I can't find any. And I need to. I got a couple of things left for the cruise. I need to laminate, and then something else I want to do. I'm gonna have to go to Staples this week. Well, I can do that Monday or Tuesday when I go out to probably speed beginning. Go to Staples Monday or Tuesday when I go out to the bank to get my American money. Sonia and Jim are already on their way up. Cool. Yeah, they're. Hey, Scott. Yeah, Sonia and Jim are two sites away from us. There's Sonia and Jim, there's Fatima, and then there's us.
Are you washing clothes or something? I hear a swishing sound.
That would be the coffee maker.
Oh, making coffee.
It's just at the end of the.
Yeah, they're making coffee, not bread. Oh, speaking of bread, there was a.
Yeah.
Aldi's has got a bread machine. I didn't see it yesterday. Everybody said it's a good bread machine. And this one lady posted she made banana bread in it, and it messed up. It overflowed and had a big old hole in the center, you know. And someone said, well, you can't make banana bread in a bread machine. Well, she showed them the recipe that came with the machine. So evidently she did something wrong, or the machine, you know.
I had the opportunity to have a bread machine.
I used to have a bread machine, but it got messed up. And I thought, well, I'll get another one, but I don't make bread that often. So why waste the $30 or $40 on a bread machine?
I was just thinking, looking at those realtor pictures, there was no picture of the room we made into a bedroom.
Right.
And there was no picture of the laundry room. And it was huge too. Like, there was the two pictures of the rec room there. There was the one that's probably standing about where a doorway would be, looking at the fireplace, and then turn around and go the length of the rest of the rec room. The laundry room was like that big.
Right.
And in there, my dad had built these two huge cabinets that were storage and that. And clearing that out, and my cousin had given them a bread machine that they didn't use. that my parents didn't end up using, and I end up giving back to my cousins. Like, I don't care what you do to get rid of it. But I thought I should have kept that.
Yeah, I kind of wish I had one, but not really. If I come across one, I don't know what the one at Aldi's was, but if it ain't that expensive, I might buy it. But it might be just a machine that sits in the corner and gets used once a year or twice a year.
Yeah, well, it wasn't something made often, and my youngest here makes awesome bread. There is a video, I think, somewhere of them, or a short of him making bread. In my thing.
You see, I went to baking school, didn't finish, but I know how to make homemade bread. So I just don't do it that often.
Hey, Trevor, are you gonna make me that list?
What list?
The terms we were talking about yesterday?
Oh.
Afterwards, I'll have to write it down. I got a bone to pick with you there, Scott. My son also works in a dispensary. I was going to give you a hard time after the match game the other night, but
Yeah, I missed that. I was doing something else, and you can't watch unless you have 3 or 4 devices. You can't watch but one at a time.
I
Now
know,
I've been known to watch one on my phone and one on the computer.
I know there's somebody else on the same time as the Carnival Cruise Addicts at 5 o'clock, and it's like, if I got to choose between 2 of them, I'm going Carnival Cruise Addicts. But there was somebody else too doing a premiere or something. Oh well. Does happen. Unfortunately, yeah, that would be nice, but like I do gluten free now. Unless I could find a way to make gluten free bread in a bread maker, that it wouldn't be worth it to me. And I was still okay, Kevin. We'll see you this week. Have a good rest of the day. All right, Scott is leaving on a 14-day cruise. Was it Hawaii and stuff? I know they won't have. I forget what day it is. I know they won't have a match game for the next 2 weeks.
Oh, because Scott will be on a cruise.
Yep. A piece of dough, garlic knots. Oh, I love garlic knots. Pretzels and jams, or lots of rye or potato for buns. See, I had cut all that stuff out because I went keto. I did gluten free for a year before that, and then went keto in February 1st. Lost 30 pounds. Well, I was down to 32 pounds. I found 3 of them, but I'll lose them again. Tomorrow, fly in day. Don't ever do that. You're flying in on the same day? Scott, you know better. Bread maker has gluten. I would love that. You could send it to my email at mygongspoiledmama@gmail.com. Couldn't make 15 day or 16. Well, that last cruise, we came in 2 days before. Me and Steve went in 3 days before, and we're going in a few days before this one. Okay, folks. I'm going to wrap it up. Where to go? Just finding something here. There, I pinned this Cruise Life's link to the top there. Head over there for 2 o'clock or whatever it is in 5 minutes. And then go out after that and check out the Gypsy and the Vanilla Grilla. And their premiere at 3. Thank you for coming by. And if all goes well, hopefully you'll see me live on Thursday. That's my plan. So my fingers crossed, all goes well. Have a good rest of the weekend. Have a good week, folks. Oops. Maybe I'll get my act together.